Hey everyone, so I wanted to add Tailwind 2 to my new Rails 6.1 project. I found some articles, but most of them were outdated or had some stuff in it that I didn't like. So I wrote my own article here. I will link it in the description of this video. And yeah, let's just get started. If I type Rails-V, you can see that I have Rails 6.1 installed. And then if I create a new Rails application, it will obviously install the dependencies. So let's just wait for that. So that is finished. Let's cd into that directory and Rails serve that application. And if you go to localhost 3000, you should see the welcome page. And what we want to do next is install the Tailwind dependencies. If you go to the Tailwind documentation, it gives you some dependencies you can install here with npm, but they will not work because new Rails projects apparently do not use PostCSS 8 yet. They still use PostCSS 7, so you need to install the compatibility build here. And yeah, that's basically just what I wrote here in my article. So you can copy that command because here it says npm, and we use yarn with new Rails projects per default. So that is installed. Next, we want to create the Tailwind configuration file with that command. And if you edit that file, you can see there is one array here called Purge, which you can give an array of strings. And PostCSS will then look for these files you define here with some wildcards, and it will try to purge that. So every Tailwind rule you do not use will be excluded then from the final build, and that way it will reduce the bundle size drastically from, I think, around 3 megabytes to 15 kilobytes. So that is pretty good. Yeah, next up, you want to create this directory here, app JavaScript style sheets, and create a file in it called application.scss. And if you edit that file, you can import some stuff like some basic Tailwind rules. And you could also create own classes in here, my own class, for example. And you can use this at apply. I think it's a mixin from Tailwind. So you could then apply Tailwind classes to that class. For example, a red background and a white text. And yeah, next up, you want to import that application SCSS file in your application.js bundle, like that. And then you want to require Tailwind CSS, sorry, in your PostCSS config file. Actually, you could you could invoke that method then and pass a different path if you would store your Tailwind config file we generated earlier, and if you did not place it in the root like we did here, you could pass a different path here. So PostCSS knows where to find that configuration file for Tailwind then. But in our case, it's not required to pass this. And yeah, the last thing we want to do is import that style sheet pack tag in our application layout file. So just like that, maybe like that. And yeah, Rails server is already running up here. Let's just start the Webpack dev server. And I will create a new controller with one route, just so we can test it. And set that to the root route. And then use the class we defined earlier just to try it out if everything works. I think I call it my own class, right? Background white color, question mark. And then just go to localhost 3000, and it looks like it works, although it is not a red background. What did I do? Ah, okay, I set it to gray. So yeah, that's about it. I linked the article in the description. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if it helped you, and yeah, have a nice day.